Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel UGC Net Commerce Gyan Grow. So we have started a video where we are discussing the important topics of Indian knowledge management or Indian knowledge system from the exam point of view. In this series, our next topic is TKDL, Traditional Knowledge Digital Library. So basically, TKDL is basically an initiative by the Government of India to protect and preserve traditional knowledge, and it was established in 2001. So it's basically a comprehensive database to document and safeguard the vast and diverse traditional knowledge. So it's basically there were many traditional Indian remedies or practices that were patented globally without giving or acknowledging India. So that was the main problem. So they are using our knowledge, they are using our practices or techniques in different fields without giving the India recognition or without acknowledging India. So for this, the government introduced TKDL concept, traditional knowledge digital library to protect and preserve our traditional knowledge. So it's basically the main purpose. Okay, the main purpose of TKDL is to bridge the gap between the traditional knowledge and the modern intellectual property system. Now we have a proper system. We have a digital library of our knowledge of our. So next is objective and purpose of TKDL. The first objective is protection of traditional knowledge or protection from misappropriation. So one of the primary objective of TKDL, Traditional Knowledge Digital Library, is to protect our traditional knowledge from misuse and patenting by foreign entity. As we have seen earlier, that many foreign entities were using our knowledge and were being patented globally without giving the acknowledgement to our country. So that was the main problem. So TKDL basically provide the evidence, and now no one can use our knowledge, and no one get the patent. No one can claim for the patent of our knowledge. Now TKDLs basically provide the evidence. Okay, next objective and purpose is preservation for the cultural heritage. So TKDL also work as a digital repository of India's rich culture and medical heritage. So by digitalizing the ancient text or the traditional practices, so basically this library ensures that it is preserved for the future generation and it is easily accessible for research and education purpose. Then third, we have promoting research and innovation. So by providing the organized access of traditional knowledge, ancient knowledge, it basically encourage the researchers and other scholars to have a good understanding on the various field or the practices that we are following. So it's basically promote innovation while respecting our source of knowledge. Then next we have awareness and education. So next purpose of TKDL is creating awareness and education among youth about our culture, about our knowledge that we have, like significance of traditional knowledge and its contribution to the modern science and technology. So basically, main objective is to educate the public and policymakers about the value of traditional knowledge, and there is a need to protect our traditional knowledge or the text which is available in um, digital repository. Now, next is basically structure and content of TKDL. First is basically Ayurveda. So we have Ayurveda is basically the oldest traditional system of medicine in this world, and as you can say, like we have a 5,000 year of history, and it includes Ayurvedic formulation, different treatments, herbal remedies, and therapeutic practices. Like for example, Unani medicine. It's basically roots in ancient Greece and Persia, has been practiced in India for century. Next, we have Siddha medicine, like practices in Tamil Nadu, which include traditional herbal medicines, therapeutic practices, and other. Next, we have yoga and naturopathy, which includes like a detailed description about asanas or the postures technique, pranayam technique, breathing technique, and we have a different natural healing practices uh, that we are practices that we are practicing for the years. Like this section or this yoga and naturopathy, it's basically provide a detail about our ancient yogic practices and their modern interpretation. Next, we have the agriculture practices. So, different kind of indigenous farming techniques that we were following, the crop varieties and the pest control methods and soil management practices. So, this knowledge is essential for the sustainable agriculture and environmental conservation. So, in context of agriculture practices like different farming techniques, cropping techniques, pest control methods, and soil management practices, this basically helpful for the sustainable agriculture practices. Next, we have other traditional knowledge like information related to the craftsmanship, indigenous knowledge, or related to the environment. Now, next is methodology and interpretation. Like we have compiled the data through the different sources, like different manuscripts were available. Then oral traditions, like earlier the information is passed on from one generation to other generation, or the field survey. So we data is compilation from the different source. Then collected knowledge is digitalized to create a database. Then we need the database in proper structure format. So database is organized into a structure format so that one can easily assess so that one can easily obtain the important information, and it is we can continuously update and maintain the new knowledge and new findings. So we need a database that in a proper structure format. Then TKDL, it's basically provide access to the database through various platforms, including web portal and repositories, which is helpful for the researcher to have a good understanding about the ancient knowledge, and they they can work on. First they understand the traditional knowledge, and they can try to combine the traditional knowledge with the modern, so that they can gain the benefit from from the knowledge which is already available, and how we can use in future, and how we can use the knowledge which is available, which our ancestors already using. So how we can have like use in different fields. Next, we have the challenges and solutions while compiling the data set, while making the data set. So first is preservation of oral tradition. So, one of the challenges is in documenting the traditional knowledge, which is pass on orally transmitted from one generation to other generation. So preserving the oral traditional knowledge is one of the biggest challenges that they have faced. Then second is updating and expanding the database. So keeping the database current and comprehensive require ongoing effort. So TKDL, it's a continuously, we need to update the current and need to update the knowledge according to the requirement, so that they can use in so that the researchers and the student or youngster can use that knowledge by providing the knowledge in a structure format. So it's a ongoing effort. Then cultural sensitivity, like documenting the traditional knowledge require cultural sensitivity and respect for indigenous community. Like we have, like we have to compile all the information in a standardized format. We have to keep in mind that people are coming from the different background, and they have different background, and they have a different religious sensitive. People are very sensitive, so we have to provide the information by keeping in mind the cultural sensitivity concept, to ensure that their knowledge is accurately and respectfully presented. So cultural sensitivity is important aspect while providing the information, providing our ancient or traditional knowledge across various platforms where people are coming from the different background. So cultural sensitivity need to keep in mind while presenting the Indian or ancient knowledge to that platform.